guys, welcome to Rainbow Costume choreographed.
Hi. So we talked to you, I don't know, maybe an hour ago? I'm not sure. So the thing got taken down. The thing that was up there. It's called the cabinet got taken down. The cabinet on the porch got taken out. And a whole wall got removed. So we still have the flooring to patch in here, and we have to sheetrock and all of this. But this was what we were looking to accomplish. Part of the reason we were looking to accomplish that is because with Josiah's seizures, we need someone to be watching him all the time. And this makes it able that we can look out here and see him, because where he was, if he was in the living room, I had a doorway here, wherever the doorway was. And from the kitchen, I couldn't see him if he was sitting in most of the living room. But now we can.
So now you can stand over here by the stove or the island.
You can still see most of the living room.
Everything.
This also allows us to entertain people better, because it used to be when we had people over, if I was working in the kitchen, people had to sit at the dining room table or whatever so I could talk to them, or I had to keep leaving the conversation to go mix something or whatever. This way, I can still be part of the conversation while dishes are getting washed or we're cooking food or whatever. So it just makes living as a family easier in the house, but it also makes entertaining guests easier, right?
And I'm so excited.
And he's very excited. So
also structurally, this is how the house was built.
Oh yes.
So this is all solid.
Right. We didn't just decide to take out a random wall.
This is what it looked like 8 years ago.
So my parents built this house the year Mark and I got married, which was 20 years ago in June. I feel old. So they had this built for them, thinking that they were empty nesters. My sister that year was headed off to college and was only going to be home on the weekends. And then a couple years later, they ended up getting a boy and girl. I don't know, sorry. They were fostering for a little while, and then they adopted my brother and sister. So they built this house not knowing they were going to have 2 more kids in the house. It was great that they built it with 2 extra bedrooms on it and everything. But the original house had this big opening. Then when I was pregnant with Abigail and broke my arm, we were in Kentucky, I decided that we needed to come home to have the baby because I wasn't getting good care down there. And so we ended up moving in with Mom, and it ended up being a 3-year thing, which was really good for all of us. So when that happened, when we first came back from Kentucky, my mom moved into my aunt and uncle's summer home because it was like March, they weren't here yet. And Mark put in a doorway so that this room here and the girls' bedroom, which you've seen before, and the girls' bathroom was my mom's, and we could close it off. She could have her own place. We shared the kitchen, but I still made most of the meals anyway, which I still do now. She doesn't really need a kitchen in her house because she eats with us most of the time. But we closed it off so she could have her own living room, her own space. Once she moved out, we continued to just have that doorway here. We took off the door, but we still had the doorway. So now we have it open back up to what the original house was. We are very, very excited. And what else do we have to say about that? Samuel's been busy this morning getting nails out of all the boards that came off of here. He's been doing a really good job, but I'm sure his arms are a little tired from that.
Are your arms a little tired?
Not really.
Okay, more work for him later. Okay, good.
I have stuff to put away now because the stuff that was in those cabinets came out and needs to go somewhere. I also washed the dishes from the weekend. Remember we had a big stack over there? There's only a couple little things left. And I seasoned the cast iron pans, and now the oven is on self-clean because it got messy while my mom was here. I don't know if she spilled in it, but there's something there. And while it's a cool day, I figured I would clean it because I don't want to be doing that a month from now when it's hot outside. So now we're going to go sit and do Bible, I think, and have chili, which was one of the freezer meals. If you watched my my YouTube channel, it's over here. If you watched the YouTube channel, a couple of weeks ago, I had made some freezer meals for while we weren't going to have water in Ohio. I ended up not having to use all those freezer meals because we had meals with some people, so we're still eating through those before we start the diet I talked about the other day. We're going to finish off these meals. So we're having chili for lunch, and then for supper, Abigail, do you remember what we're having for supper?
Chicken rolls and salad.
Did you say bacon rolls?
Chicken rolls.
Chicken?
So,
I thought you said bacon
no,
rolls.
chicken rolls and
Okay.
salad. So one of the Mormon missionaries that Virginia and Naomi were meeting with, Dalton, told us that his favorite food was chicken rolls. So Virginia contacted his mommy and asked her He told me.
Facebook stalker alert.
So he said his favorite thing was chicken rolls. We had never heard of those. So he said, ask my mom because I don't know how they're made. So you pretty much take a like dinner roll recipe, you spread it out and put chicken and cheese in it, put the roll back together, roll it in breadcrumbs. I'm doing the work right now. Roll it in breadcrumbs and put it in a pan and bake it. And that is what Abigail has requested for her birthday meal because we were in the camper and we couldn't make them in the camper. So we're having dinner, chicken rolls and salad, right? Yes. So that's what we're doing the rest of the day. We might make a video later. We might not. I don't know. We will see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God.